What's a quantum computer? In simple terms.
Yes, the best way is to allow me to give you an analogy, right? So we'll talk about classical computers being the computers that you're probably watching this podcast on, versus a quantum computer, which there may be about, at least in the United States, IBM might have about 60 of them, right? 60 plus, and so there's not that many of them. And so the biggest difference would be, imagine a classical computer being a flat piece of paper, right? On each side of that paper, right, you have an option, just like flipping heads and tails, right? So you can have a zero on one side or you can have a one on the other side. But quantum is more like a ball, like a round ball, right? And if I asked you how many sides does this ball have, you would say like infinite sides, right? Because it's a ball, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the difference in computing as far as capabilities are concerned. The possibilities are limited with classical computing because you only have a zero and a one, right? The two sides. But with quantum computing, because you have infinite possibilities and infinite sides, right? Or infinite ways that a problem could be solved, there's way more that you can do with quantum computing from that particular perspective. So we'll just talk about the complexity, right? If you had a two-sided coin or a two-sided piece of paper, right, there's with that concept, there's certain limitations, right, as far as what you could do with only two dimensions. But if you have an infinite number of dimensions, there's infinite possibilities as far as what applications you could create. So developers often find that they'll run up against hardware limitations as far as a concept that may be too memory intensive for them to run on a particular computer. Or they may have, for example, some application that needs enhanced security because hospitals and government agencies have been getting hacked like crazy. And so that's where you would make that transition beyond computing. But the issue is, for your average consumer of technology, is that they've only experienced the technology in the two dimensions. So they have no idea, because they haven't worked with quantum. They don't understand that quantum can take their problems that they're working on and solve them in new ways that they've never thought of before.